Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
Right now it's 7 weekend storms. Look at this, leaving behind a whole lot of damage. We are live in the Fox 35 Storm Team Thunder Truck this morning, showing you how one community is forced to pick up the pieces this morning.
Also, one local school district could do away with face masks, the important meeting that's happening today.
President Biden wrapping up the G7 summit, heading to NATO today. What he says about the country's foreign policy position.
And gas prices are on the rise again. Fox 35 is live with how much you will pay at the pump moving forward.
Great to have you with us on this Monday morning. I'm Amy Koffel. Welcome back to you.
Thank you so much, Amy. I had a great time visiting.
I'm so glad.
They were so happy to see us.
I
which
know.
made it
Well,
such a
Danielle
joy.
got to go visit her family who, had been, what, a year and a half?
19 months.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so they were thrilled, and I was thrilled to be able to see them. But I'm so glad to be back with you here this morning. I am Danielle Knox. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, let's get right on over to Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. I came back to some rain.
Yeah, Danielle. Super soaker in the air, in the skies. We've got the high humidity, very tropical feel downright, man. I tell you, to our forecast, next few days at least, this moisture is going to be on top, and the storms have been plentiful. It's like a storm pipeline of sorts now to the west of Tampa Bay. You see the action there over the Gulf of Mexico. Now, only some light dying showers northwest of the I-4 corridor here around Orlando and the surrounding suburbs and counties and communities. Got to go over to Tampa to see any kind of maintenance with these storms here, showing the cloud, the ground lightning, and the very heavy rain. Roughly about 29-30 lightning strikes there within about a last half hour or so. So you can see what's on the way. This is coming on in as we head through the day today, as we see increasing moisture and a stalled boundary on top. That was the focal point since Saturday for the slow ramp up of showers and storms, and it's with us again for today. We got the 70s out the door, warm and steamy today, about 90 Orlando, 87 Palm Coast, both Gainesville and Ocala, the dueling 87s. Area-wide, at least 70% rain coverage at all locations. I'm live tracking that and the rest of your forecast details coming up here in just a bit. Here's Krista Down, Sky Fox Traffic.
Good morning. Want to take you downtown. This is a live look from one of our cameras right near Colonial Drive. And so far, so good. I-4 east and westbound through downtown Orlando. But do want to take you way down towards the Champions Gate area. I-4 eastbound is backed up before you hit the 429 because of a crash and a roadblock there. So heads up. Give yourself that extra time. Eastbound side of I-4 from the attractions to downtown, that will take you about 12 minutes. I'll send it back to you.
Kristen, thank you. And Fox 35 is following some breaking news here this morning in the 7 o'clock hour. Orange County deputies are investigating after two people, including a 16-year-old boy, were shot overnight. Deputies were called to an address along Walden Woods Drive last night. That's near the campus of UCF. They say while they were there, two people, a 24-year-old man and the teen, were dropped off at separate hospitals with gunshot wounds. Deputies say the injuries are not life-threatening. That is the good news there. But they also say all victims and suspects are accounted for.
News just into the Fox 35 newsroom. Vaccine maker Novavax announced that its vaccine was 90% effective overall against coronavirus. This news coming during the vaccine's late-stage study. Novavax also says that its vaccine protects against all those variants that are out there. Well, some neighbors in Brevard County are picking up after Sunday's storms brought a lot of heavy rain, strong winds. Look at all this damage. Fox 35's Amanda McKenzie is live. She is at the Cocoa Bay mobile home community. And Amanda, those storms really did a number on that community.
That's right. Damage reported at two mobile homes here in this neighborhood. You can see behind me from the rooftop, you can see part of that metal roof is missing and is now bent and tangled on the ground. On the front door, a sign saying building is unsafe as yellow tape is wrapped around the front porch. The damage was done here on Cocoa Bay Boulevard as the result of straight line winds.
And we do want to remind you to download the Fox 35 Storm Team weather app. It has several interactive features like custom severe weather alerts and a lightning tracker.
It is now 5 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Students, teachers, and staff in Volusia County could soon leave their face masks at home if they want to do that. Fox 35's Jessica Albert joining us live. And Jessica, good morning to you. And here's the thing. Tonight, the school board will vote on an amended policy that would make face masks optional.
Yeah, Danielle, this is a special meeting to potentially amend the mask mandate here for Volusia County schools. If this vote goes through tonight, masks will be optional for Volusia County schools.
Coming up, a successful event in Daytona Beach could soon be out.
We're going to tell you why local officials say they want it gone. Plus, Fox 35's Sydney Cameron. Good morning.
Good morning. Gas prices are on the rise here in Florida. Coming up next, I'll tell you how much you're expected to pay at the pump and when prices might eventually go down.
As said, gas prices and stormy skies also on the rise today. We're live tracking Fox 35 Storm Tracker Radar for you, our great viewers, live in studio after this. Stay with us.
Fox 35 weather, brought to you in part by Real Radio 104.1. Good Day Orlando is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan.
Where are all the people? Look at this great shot,
This
right?
is like kind of prime time for the commute. You would think there'd be so many more people out there.
Yeah, it's very quiet in downtown Orlando on this Monday morning. I have a feeling it's vacation season, as we like to say. A lot of folks are on vacation, taking some time off. So if that's you, good for you. But a live view from our Amway camera looking down on I-4 on this Monday morning. Welcome back. We've got a news alert now. Gas prices are on the rise across the state, approaching now the $3 mark.
Yeah, that's right. Fox 35 Sydney Cameron joining us live now at the Speedway at Kirkman and Metro West Boulevard in Orlando. Sid, good morning to you. This means that Florida drivers are now paying the most expensive prices at the pump since November of 2014.
Yeah, that's almost 7 years, Danielle. The average gas price in Orlando is $2.94 a gallon. But as you mentioned, if you want to find some of that cheaper gas in Orlando, just come out here to the Speedway on Kirkman Road and Metro West Boulevard. That's where you can find gas at $2.88 per gallon. In Florida,
$5 in the tank? Yeah, that's all I had. Maybe, as I was shuffling produce through Publix, trying to earn a dime. Okay, here we are. Good morning. Fox 35 Chief Meteorologist Jamie Kingwich here, Fox 35 Storm Center. Stormy skies on this Monday. Bottom line, there's no other way to color code it for you as we show you the radar, and it shows a lot of action streaming aboard. And the same focal point, this stalled out boundary, is basically a big low here that runs from west to east from the Gulf into the Atlantic, and that's where all this moisture is gathering along. Fox 35 Storm Tracker Radar. I dare you to find a more powerful live weather radar in town. You won't find it. Go ahead, look under every cornerstone, every rock, everything. You'll never find it. It's right here in the Fox 35 Storm Center. Shows us some action here. We've got some lightning strikes, 45 of them, in fact, last 40 minutes or so over the Gulf. All that streaming toward Orlando. It'll take a little time to get here, but it's on the way. So by like late morning into the afternoon, evening hours, we are going to be firing on all cylinders again. Widespread stormy skies. 70s out the door for you now. In the tropics, a little feature there off the Carolinas, 50% chance of development on that. And also down here in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, both spots. This one may become our next named system. This could be Bill racing off into the Atlantic, bothering no one. This one we've got to watch because with that chance of development at 50% over the next 5 days, anything can happen. And the GFS forecast model showing maybe this week a little something comes up and out of there and rides steadily maybe toward coastal Texas or Louisiana. Remains to be seen. We'll be tracking it regardless, but I'll tell you the next named system will be Bill, then Claudette, our sea storm of this 2021 Atlantic hurricane season. And again, always watching, always tracking for you here. Check it out. Real humid, real warm conditions, real steamy through midweek. Rain chance slowly begins to diminish some. Friday at 40%. I'll give you 30% Saturday, and on Dad's Day Sunday, 30%. A hot high there at 93. That's your forecast. This is a beautiful Snap the Sun from Louise. Louise, thank you so much. Hashtag Snap the Sun on Twitter. So hop on that social platform just like Louise did. Put that hashtag Snap the Sun with your photo, and we'll take it from there. We make it so easy. It should be a crime, Kristen Giannis. Over to you now. It's Guy Fox Traffic.
Good morning, taking you downtown. So far, so good. As you're driving into downtown Orlando, I-4 eastbound and westbound. We do have some trouble, though, further to the south. But first, I want to get over to the Florida Turnpike. A new crash slowing things down on the southbound side of the Florida Turnpike. Now, this is going to be affecting you if you're trying to leave Mineola and head towards Winter Garden. Again, we're on the southbound side of the Florida Turnpike. Right near Hancock Road is where the crash is, and we do have a roadblock. So, again, we're seeing a lot of red now building on that south southbound side of the Florida Turnpike. And taking you down onto I-4 eastbound, this is going to be affecting you if you're out in Champions Gate, you're leaving, trying to get towards downtown Orlando. It's the eastbound side of I-4 before you hit the 429. That's where the crash and the roadblock is, and delays are starting to build back. I-4 westbound Lake Mary Boulevard to Colonial, that will take you about 16 minutes. The 408 westbound State Road 417 to downtown, that will take you 9. Time now for the Fox 35 Pump Patrol. Regular gas $2.88. This is at the Speedway on Kirkman Road and Metro West Boulevard in Orlando. And if you're looking for some of the cheapest gas in town, head over to our website, fox35orlando.com. I'll send it back to you.
All right, sounds good, Kristen. Thank you. 7:20 coming up next right here on Good Day Orlando. This morning, Audi and Volkswagen hacked.
Still ahead, some of the information that was stolen and what you need to know. Also, price hikes, menu changes. That's what you can expect the next time you head out to eat. Why experts say that's happening. It is 7:20 and you're watching Good Day Orlando on a Monday morning. We'll be right back.
The hour-by-hour forecast is brought to you by 2020 Eyeglass Superstore.
7:25 is your time. Still ahead this morning right here on Good Day Orlando. A new head coach could be coming to town for the Orlando Magic.
Why it could be a history-making move for the team. We're going to tell you about that. Also, face masks could soon be out in one local school district. We'll tell you about the action leaders are considering there. And we're checking in right now with Fox 35's Amanda McKenzie. Hi, Amanda.
Severe weather damages 2 mobile homes. Coming up, I'll have a live report on what the National Weather Service is saying caused part of this roof to fly off the home.
The Fox 35 News app is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
A weekend of storms leaving behind a big mess in some parts of Central Florida. We're live this morning in the Fox 35 Storm Team Thunder Truck surveying that damage.
And masks could soon be history at schools in one local county. The important vote happening tonight.
A successful event in one local city could be getting the boot. Why the city's mayor says it needs to go. Thanks so much for being with us on this Monday morning. I'm Amy Kaufeld.
Hi, Amy. It is good to see you on this Monday. I'm Danielle Knock. Let's get right on over to Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. He has got a look, and I heard the thunder in that intro there. Jamie, good morning.
That's right. Yes, Danielle, good morning. Another very active day ahead here in Central Florida. And again, why not, right? We had it over the weekend. The trend's been a slow ramp up, and looks like we're starting to reach a peak in this moisture content locally. And I was just surveying the upper levels of the atmosphere. While we don't have a lot of energy to promote a lot of widespread weather hazards today, 2 of which will be with us, though, is the heavy rain component, the cloud, the ground lightning. And that lightning in itself is a tremendous hazard here in Florida. As we all know, we're starting to see a lot of that stockpiling now over the west side of the state. In fact, 36 strikes over the last hour or so, which isn't tremendous, but we need everything to fuse together, all those factors and features on top of the state that come into play later today. There will be plentiful raindrops and lots of lightning to contend with. We've got some 70s out the door and widespread highs around 90-ish today. It'll be a literal steam bath for you, and rain chance all up and down the peninsula at least 70% plus at all of our reporting stations today. I'm live tracking that more in your full forecast and a check of the tropics too. Until then, here's Kristen Giannis, Sky Fox traffic.
Good morning. Want to take you outside. This is a live look at I-4 from our camera at Lake Mary Boulevard. Those cars driving away from the camera are headed westbound towards downtown Orlando. If you're getting ready to leave Lake County, maybe you're out in Mineola, you're trying to get towards Winter Garden, southbound side of the Florida Turnpike is backed up. This is because of an earlier crash, so just give yourself that extra time if you're headed in that direction. And the eastbound side of I-4, before you get to the 429, we have some slowdowns from an earlier crash. It looks like all lanes are back open, but cars are only moving at about 7 miles per hour the closer you get to the US 27. So just something to keep in mind if that's part of your commute. That's it for your traffic. I'll send it back to you.
Kristen, thank you. At 7:32, we want to let you know that Fox 35 is following some breaking news for you right now. Orange County deputies are investigating after 2 people, including a 16-year-old boy, were shot overnight. Deputies were called to an address along Walden Woods Drive last night. That is near the campus of UCF. They say while they were there, 2 people, a 24-year-old man and the teen, were dropped off at several hospitals with gunshot wounds. Deputies say the injuries are not life-threatening. They also say all victims and suspects are accounted for. Meantime, some people in Brevard County are picking up after weekend storms brought heavy rain and really strong winds there. Fox 35's Amanda McKenzie is live at the Cocoa Bay Mobile Home Community Forest this morning. And Amanda, those storms left behind some toppled trees, the roofs are torn apart, just a pretty damaging scene out there.
Amanda, thank you. Students, teachers, and staff in Volusia County could soon be ditching their face masks. Fox 35's Jessica Albert is joining us live. And Jess, tonight, school board's going to be voting on an amended policy that would perhaps make those masks optional. Well, Daytona Truck Meet 2021 now in the books. Organizers believe 40,000 drivers brought their lifted 4x4s to Volusia County. But the future of this event is really in question this morning.
Yeah, it certainly is. The Daytona Truck Meet rode out of Daytona Beach after a weekend in town at the Speedway. But the city's mayor does not want to see it come back next year. The mayor says he got a laundry list of complaints from residents saying the event compared to others is louder, it's more disruptive, and claims the driving is more aggressive.
I'd just rather them not come. I said there's plenty of other events, plenty of other money to come into this town. We don't need that.
Our other events are used to Daytona Beach, and they have learned how to be good guests. This is a new event, and they have not fit in well with what we expect.
And the city goes on to say they have spoken with the event organizers and the Speedway about the concerns. The future of the event will be discussed in a city commission meeting, which happens on Wednesday.
Coming up on Good Day Orlando, you're going to meet the UCF track star who is headed to the Olympic trial.
Her history-making weekend for the Knights, that is just ahead. Plus, rumors swirling about who could be the Orlando Magic's next head coach. Just ahead, the coaching candidate who could make history in Orlando. Don't go far.
Get up to date without lifting a finger. Say, Alexa, give me the news, and get the latest stories right from the news station. Just activate the Fox 35 News skill in the Alexa app.
Welcome back. Well, huge congrats are in order for UCF freshman Renaya Jones. Look at the top right of your screen there. That's her. Lane 2. She finished runner-up in the women's 100-meter hurdles at the NCAA championships. This is in Oregon. She is the first team All-American at outdoors for the Knights since 2013, and it is the best hurdler finish in school history. She is now on to the Olympic trials. Oh, the poor girl in lane 3. That looked painful, but congrats to her. And happening now, there are multiple media reports that Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond is going to interview with the Magic for Orlando's open head coaching job. Hammond has interviewed for open head coaching jobs before, but she is also set to interview with other teams for their current head openings. Boston is one of those teams. Hammond has been on Greg Popovich's staff in San Antonio since 2014. She is also a 6-time WNBA All-Star who spent a decade playing in that league. Now, most people believe that Hammond will eventually get a head coaching job in the NBA, but will it be with the Magic? We will soon find out. One of Central Florida's brightest stars has 4 legs and a tail, and he is taking on the big screen.
Yeah, he certainly is. Fox 45's Matt Trezza shows us how this top dog stardom began with a very humble start. Well, SpaceX is set to send up another rocket from Cape Canaveral on Thursday. The Falcon 9 will carry a navigation satellite into orbit. The 15-minute launch window opens up at 12:09 p.m. Astronauts at the International Space Station are preparing for a spacewalk on Wednesday. Shane Kimbrough and Thomas Pesquet will work to install a new pair of solar arrays. The spacewalk could take up to 6.5 hours, so a long walk out there. Coming back in here, want to turn things over now to Jamie. He's got a look at our weather. My lawn was hay when I came back from vacation, Jamie, so the rain was much needed in my neighborhood.
I think that's the sentiment of all Central Floridians, Danielle. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday. Let's waste no time. Take you right in right now as we're tracking some showers, and no shock nor surprise here, right, as the conveyor belt of moisture continues. Hey, what can I tell you? This is the season. We got a couple of factors and features that are helping to promote the widespread rain coverage. A lot of lightning here over the warm Gulf waters. The trend on this stuff has been once they eject in onto the peninsula, they kind of lose their punch. That won't be the case later today, as the atmosphere will remain on the warmer side. Obviously, will heat up in upper 80s to around 90 in most interior areas, and that'll be the focal point for additional rainfall later today. It's going to be a wet one, friends, way out over the open Atlantic. That one will be watched for tropical development as we go deeper into the week ahead. Our forecast forecast for the next 7 indicating a rain chance decrease by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and down about 30% by next weekend. So stay tuned for details. They can change, and rapidly so. Highs in the 90s and lows in the 70s. 7:51, time now for the Fox 35 Good Day Orlando Sweet Weather Baby. It is Baby Hope, and I'll tell you, Mom and Dad, you got a pretty kid here. Of course, go to our website, fox35orlando.com, for more on our Weather Baby segment, seen here daily on Good Day Orlando. Here's Krista now with your Sky Fox traffic.
Good morning. Want to take you downtown. This is a live look at I-4 from one of our cameras right near Colonial Drive. So far, so good. If you're driving into downtown Orlando, we do have some trouble on the northbound side of the 417. This is before you hit the Florida Turnpike. We have reports of a crash and a roadblock there. So if you are traveling northbound on the 417, just give yourself a little bit of extra time. Maybe you're leaving Hunters Creek and again heading northbound on that side of the 417. Southbound side of the Florida Turnpike right there at Hancock Road, slowing things down for drivers who are leaving Lake County heading towards Winter Garden. Just give yourself that extra time. And the eastbound side of I-4 is backed up before you hit the 429. So heads up if you're out in Champions Gate heading towards downtown Orlando, you will be tapping the brakes on that eastbound side of I-4. I-4 westbound, Lake Mary Boulevard to Colonial, that will take you about 17 minutes. And the 408 westbound, State Road 417 to downtown, that will take you 12 minutes. I'll send it back to you.
So right here on Fox 35, Wasabi the Pekingese was named Best in Show at the 145th Westminster Dog Show. Wasabi had to go against the winners of 6 other dog groups. It is the 5th time that a Pekingese has won Best in Show. But the hairstyle, I don't know what it is. I couldn't do a dog with a hairstyle like that.
And I think those dogs shed too. So can you imagine? You know how much hair we're cleaning up after all dogs in the house all the time? Can you imagine?
Yeah, no. Those are some long hairs.
He's got people who do that for him.
Right. He's a team.
People. Right, exactly.
Still ahead this morning, big changes overseas. We're going to tell you about Israel's longstanding prime minister who is now out.
So what's next for the country? That story is just ahead. Plus, those soothing sounds at bedtime could actually be hurting your sleep. A new study revealing the effect of music at bedtime. It is 7:54. Stay with us.
Fox 35 Furcast is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Show me what you got.
You can find H&I on broadcast channel 65.3 and this cable provider.
Welcome back. We do want to keep you up to the minute on the stories we're working on for this morning, including your Fox 35 Storm Team weather and your Sky Fox traffic. But we start right now with Fox 35's Jessica Albert. Good morning, Jess.
The Volusia County School Board could be voting to make changes to its mask policy. I'll have details on the meeting being held tonight coming up.
Severe weather damages 2 mobile homes. Coming up, I'll have a live report on what the National Weather Service says caused this damage.
Yeah, impressive look out there, Amanda. Good morning, everyone. We got you covered here at the Fox 35 Storm Center. Rain, and more rain. Lots of it coming. We're tracking that more. Your full forecast is coming up in just a bit. Here's Kristen.
Good morning. So I-4 is looking good. This is a live look from one of our cameras in Winter Park, but I am tracking some trouble on the 417 and the Florida Turnpike. I'm going to have your traffic report coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good, Kristen. Thank you. Developing this morning, Israel's parliament has voted to replace Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Naftali Bennett will replace Netanyahu as Prime Minister. He will serve for 2 years. Netanyahu served as Prime Minister for the last 12 years. He also served for 2 years back in the 1990s. Well, it is common belief that some nice soothing music at bedtime helps people sleep better, but a new study finds listening to music before bed can actually hurt your sleep quality. Researchers from Baylor University say those dreaded earworms can also stick in your mind while you sleep. Earworms are songs that keep replaying over and over in your head, and you cannot get them out. That was for me back in the day. Do you remember? That was like the biggest earworm for me for so many years.
Can't get rid of it.
I know, right? There's still much more ahead this morning right here on Good Day Orlando.
Good Day Orlando at 8 starts right now.